I think her best quality is actually the fact that she's an amazing teacher and she makes everyone feel really great.
Her sense of humor is pretty remarkable, especially the way in which she can interweave jokes about theorists with jokes about sex. I think is definitely her best quality. Not a whole lot of professors can pull that off.
The humor in the class comes from her encouraging us to be creative and humorous, and just creating a very positive environment that brings out the best in people like me who enjoy creativity.
I think Deb's best quality, hands down, is just how much she cares about her students. I can remember when I came back from study abroad, I was gone this last fall in Ecuador, and when I came back, it took me about a week to find Deb, but when I saw her, she almost broke down into tears and just hugged me, and we talked for 10 minutes, and then as she was walking away, she saw somebody else who asked her how she was doing. She said, "You know, I'm just doing so great. I just saw my buddy for the first time in 6 months," and I don't know, there aren't too many other professors that I feel like I've had that connection with.
Her door is always open for students to come and talk to her about things, not necessarily only things that relate to academics. And she just has such a positive attitude that she makes you fall in love with sociology. And yeah, she made me fall in love with sociology.
Probably the most available, accessible human being I've ever met. You're truly a role model while also being a friend, which is something that's very difficult to do.
It's the love that she gives to all of her students, that you are an important part of her life. Like, it's, you know, for a student, it's kind of egotistical to feel like you should always be an important part of your professors' lives, but I so don't take it for granted, that kind of caring. It makes me want to do my best for her, no matter what it is, whether it's for her class or for another class. I want to do it because I want to make Deb proud, because of everything that she's done for me.
The most meaningful thing Deb has ever done for me was to encourage me to do research on go-go dancers. She encouraged me to do it right away, pretty much when I told her that I was interested in this topic during our social sex course 2 years before we actually started doing the research. And I totally didn't believe that I could ever do anything like that, or that I had the capacity to do a full-on article in sociology. I really didn't know what sociology was. It was my first sociology course ever. And Deb just would not give up. And in the end, it was my honors thesis, and I got to do a whole summer of research and believed that I could do something that huge.
I really don't like talking in front of people, which is why I'm not looking at the camera right now. And so, like, I always feel extremely self-conscious, like, in other classes when I'm giving my opinion, but for some reason that's never occurred in Deb's class, and I think it's because she's so receptive to anyone's opinion. She, like, doesn't pass any judgment. She'll take it and then, like, turn into a question, expand upon it.
I think probably the most apparent reason why she's so different from other professors is that she's extremely accessible. Coming into the social department as an anthro major and a WGSS major, clearly I had no connection with the department, but I still felt that I could come and talk to her, and that if, for instance, we disagreed about some way in which sociology approached anything, she would just talk to me about it and it wouldn't be a big deal at all. And that was really, I think, really great, because I had professors that were much more difficult to talk to, actually.
She's one of the few professors I can chat with about stuff outside of academics, about problems I have, about issues I may be going through.
She really takes students' strengths into account. Rather than trying to form everybody into one mold, she looks at what you're good at and what you've already got a grasp on, and then tries to guide the rest of it into that same kind of strength.
So yeah, I think her best quality is just that she's really, really knowledgeable, but very sweet and approachable about it.
She was co-teaching a class at the U of M this past semester, or assisting with it, that was kind of based on her dissertation research about branding in like high culture retail stores. And she invited me to attend one of the class sessions early on last December. And not only to attend, but then to attend the kind of project coordinating committee that was working on furthering that research in the next semester, to talk, to share my input with the U of M students. This is just an amazing experience for me, and she just invited me along because she knew I'd be interested in it, because I had a free class day. She gave me a ride, talked with me about the project afterwards. I mean, it was just so great to see things being done in other schools and outside of my own, course curriculum, and to have a professor who's interested in sharing that with me.
She really wants to make everyone get the most out of their experience at Macalester, and she recognizes that that's different for different people and tailors herself to help everyone.
Her approachability is her best quality. Sometimes I've had struggles with professors in the past because sometimes I felt they sort of haven't really had time for an individual with specific needs. But not only did Deb have time, I felt like she literally makes time, and that her schedule as an academic professor centers around the students.
It's amazing how, despite how exhausted or overworked she is, she can just still put all of that to the side and ask you how you're doing, and then, yeah, again, even if she's in a sour mood, but she can, actually I've never seen her in a sour mood, take that back. She's always joyful, and that's always just super refreshing.
Somehow all of her stories and all of the lessons she tells you about from her life are all positive and are all encouraging, and every time you talk to her, you see a more positive light of yourself, and you get encouragement.
There was one week where I was completing both of my senior thesis projects, and I just had really very little faith in myself, and I was having a hard time, and without me even coming to her, she just recognized that and gave me a hug and talked to me for 20 minutes about how everything was going to be okay, and it was just really unexpected and really sweet and just what I needed at that time.
Actually, the most meaningful thing she did for me was support me through my thesis whenever I saw her on campus. I would run into her when I was really stressed coming out of Carnegie, and she'd just stand outside talking to Taylor for the most part, actually. And she'd be there to just give me a pat on the back and tell me I'm doing great, which was an extremely useful thing to hear from somebody, sort of blind support.
I think the most helpful thing Deb has ever done for me is towards the end of senior year, when I was trying to finish my senior capstone, and I just couldn't finish it, and I just felt paralyzed because I felt like everyone expected so much, and Deb reminded me that it was just a paper and that it was just supposed to be something that was fun, and so she helped me to get the joy back out of sociology.
Deb reminded me that I can do it. She's just very good in reminding me that if I try hard enough, I can get whatever I want. When I wasn't believing in myself, she was believing in me, and that really got me far. Her support really got me far.
Personal, emotional involvement is really what motivates people to learn, and I think that's really what learning should be about. It should be about personal motivation and curiosity that drives you to do good work and to make good discoveries, and that's what sociology is all about, and that's why I think you're amazing.
One of my most meaningful moments here at Macalester was during my sophomore year when I was going through a really tough time, and Deb really mentored me on a personal note and helped me through really tough questions that I was working with, and she just really helped me get out of that and make me really help me grow as a person. So
everything good that there is that she wants, I just don't want there to be any borders to what she wants in life.
That she gains a lot of positive recognition within the community.
I hope that Deb keeps getting to do exactly what she's doing now. I don't know. Whatever she wants to do, I don't know.
That she's happy and that she finds more people that love her as much as we all do and as much as Johnny does. and that she's surrounded by them at all times.
I think you know how I feel about you, Deb, and I'm so glad that you are going to be a part of my life. Always.
I wish Deb so much happiness for the future. I hope that she can feel the same love and community that she's helped all of us feel at Macalester.
So much happiness, and mostly that can I say that she gets a job here? Is that she gets a job here, really? She loves being here, and she's a great asset to the sociology department.
I really wish she continues teaching because she's been one of the best professors I've ever had in my entire just academic career of any kind. And I really think students, anyone, would benefit from knowing Deb, so I wish I could introduce her to everyone I know.
That I can keep taking classes with her as long as possible. I'll probably have to stop paying here in about a year, but just that she can be happy, and I feel like, well, Deb will be happy anywhere, but if she could be at Macalester for as long as possible, that would be the best thing for her, the best thing for the students, and definitely the best thing for the school. So keep Deb at Macalester.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Deb!
Happy birthday, Deb!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Deb! Yay!
Happy birthday, Deb. And you are absolutely amazing, and I loved getting to know you. And I hope we stay in touch.
Happy birthday, Deb. Enjoy it. I'll see you Saturday.
Wish you all the best for your birthday and afterwards. And we're going to miss you so, so much after we're all gone. Mwah!
Thank you for 5 wonderful years. Well, more like 3.5, considering I didn't know her for the first 1.5, but anyways.
Deb, I'm going to do something very special for you, something you've probably never encountered before, an Afrikaans birthday wish. So, veel geluk met jou verjaarsdag, mag die Here jou seën. And that translates as, best of luck on your birthday. That's sort of an odd translation, and may God bless you. We're clearly a Calvinist society. So, have fun with that.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Deb.